What is going on, YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back for another episode of Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Battle Spot Live. But this is episode 1 of a special meta here on Battle Spot, which is, I think, is this season 11? Or season 10? I don't even know what season it is. But anyway, we're doing Inverse battles, so Inverse Edition is back to stay for the next couple of months. So that's pretty exciting, at least for me, because I think Inverse battles are a lot of fun. I also find it to be kind of challenging because you have to kind of break away from what you are, normally inclined to do in certain situations because everything's all turned around. So types that would normally be super effective on certain types are now resisted and vice versa. So it makes certain types like Ice, which normally would only resist Ice, now it's only weak to Ice, and all those other weaknesses are resistances, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So I'm not going to do too much explaining on that, but I will go over the team here. We have a couple of Ice types, some that I've used already, and I did want to bring something grass-oriented too, because grass is actually a very good offensive type here in Inverse. So we have a Bulk Up Go-Goat, which is something I haven't used in a while. The Aurora set is the exact same one that I used from a couple of sessions ago in the original Battle Spot series. So that's going to be Rock Polish with Hyper Voice, Freeze Dry, and Earth Power. Then we have Avalugg, which is going to be our defensive wall that should be able to take on things like Talonflame, things like Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan is everywhere. It's pretty close to unstoppable if you don't have Avalugg or Slowbro. So I expect to see them a lot. And my opponent actually has an Auroras here, so that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, back to the team. Then we have Nasty Bat, so Nasty Plot, Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, and Heat Wave on that. Standard Guts Swallow with Brave Bird, Facade, U-Turn, and Protect. And then last but not least, we have our Ohm the Jolteon making his return. Nice familiar face there. It's actually Specs because I have Life Orb on something else. What do I have Life Orb on? Crobat. Yeah, I was gonna run Life Orb on like 3 things on my team, but I realized that I always forget about the silly rules that BattleSpot has about item clause. So, yeah, that's what we have. So I think because he has a lot of weaknesses to Crobat, actually Crobat can sweep his team. So we're going to bring Crobat because it beats Nidoking, it beats Gengar, it beats Swampert, it beats Aurorus, depending. It can beat Tyranitar, it can beat Serperior with Giga Drain. I do have to get a Nasty Plot up for that, though. But Crobat can do some damage, basically. If I'm allowed a free turn to set up, I can destroy some faces. Now, Mega Gengar could potentially be dangerous. I can easily one-shot that with a Sludge Bomb, but the problem is that we Speed Tie. So I would need to kill him on the same turn that he Mega Evolves before he gets that Speed Boost, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to be keeping track of the record as well, because, I don't know, I just kind of like to do that. So we'll see how we fare. If we can get as good of a record as on the normal series, or if we're going to stay closer to the 500 mark, we'll have to see. So he's going to lead off with the Gengar here. I'm assuming this is going to Mega Evolve, but I should be able to Oko this unless he has Protect, and that's really not too common on Mega Gengar. Usually they have like Will-O-Wisp, possibly Taunt, Sludge Bomb, Shadow Ball, something along those lines, Destiny Bond, but he actually does have the Protect, so now this puts me in a bad spot because we do Speed Tie. If he is timid, if he is modest, then yeah, I mean, I would like to switch into Go-Goat here because he's going to go for Sludge Bomb, but I can't because of the Shadow Tag. So I'm pretty much forced to just stay in and go for a Sludge Bomb and hope that we win the Speed Tie or that he's modest. And it looks like we are going to go first, so we either, like I said, won that Speed Tie or he was not running max speed. Either way, Mega Gengar is gone, and watching that get one-shotted by a Crobat is pretty awesome, especially Sludge Bomb. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's a quad resist because Ghost resists poison, and Poison resists poison. So that's a 4-time super effective move right there. Serperior is here, and he can kill me in one hit with a Leaf Storm. So I don't have anything I want to switch into that, so I will just Giga Drain for damage, and that does do over half. So, yeah, we're just going to die to a Leaf Storm here. There's really nothing I can do about it. Maybe he'll go for Giga Drain? No, he's going to go for Leaf Storm. There's really no reason for him not to get that free +2 and kill off Crobat. So, that is a 4-time super effective move right there. Because Poison and Flying both resist Grass. So, I'm expecting to see lots of Serperior and Kangaskhan. Like, I'm expecting them to be everywhere because they're nearly unstoppable. Normal is probably the best offensive typing because there are no immunities to it, and it does hit several things super effectively. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go for Protect, because I'm not confident that a Facade would kill this Superior from that range without the Guts boost. So yeah, he's just going to go for Giga Drain, trying to get some HP back. He probably would be able to kill me in one hit with a Giga Drain at +2. He should be able to. That's super effective. But I can just go for a Facade here because I do outspeed this, even though Superior is relatively fast. Oh, he actually has the Protect. Why is he running Protect on this? He's running Protect on like every one of his Pokemon. Gengar had Protect too. Although I guess the Gengar one kind of made sense because you get, you know, your Mega Evolution off, which is important to outspeed certain things. So I guess I should not be questioning that. But we're just going to go for Facade still. That's our only play, and I don't think this is going to survive this. And it does not. Even if he was a bulkier variant, because he did have lefties, I'm pretty sure that did not matter. So yeah, alright. So we'll see what his last Pokemon is here, and we'll see if Swellow can bring it home. And it looks like we're going to be able to, as it is Nidoking. Crobat would have been nice for this, but Go-Goat should be able to beat this unless he's running Thunderbolt. And even still, I'm specially defensive because I'm bulk up, so I don't know that it's really going to matter. So I'm just going to go for Facade. That is a one-hit KO, and Swellow is going to bring this battle home for us. So we're going to start this series off with a victory, which is pretty fun. Pretty fun. I'm enjoying it already. I definitely am. I'm pretty excited to see some things that you would normally not see, like Avalugg get some action. Now, I think after like 2 or so sessions, I'm going to run out of physical walls, so I may have to reuse Avalugg and Slowbro just because there's not a lot that can take on Kangaskhan. Like, it just destroys everything. Things that would normally check it, like Ghost types, get demolished, Steel types, Rock types. So, yeah, most of the things that would normally check Kangaskhan do not check it anymore, so that's a problem. This is a mono ground team. Okay, then. There's some huge threats here, though. Diggersby is ridiculously good in Inverse. Landorus is not nearly as good, but let's see here. Actually, I could lead off with Jolteon because it hits just about everybody on his team for super effective damage. It's going to be 4 times super effective on Garchomp. Electric is super effective on Nidoking and Mamoswine and Diggersby, too. So everything but the Gliscor and Landorus, basically. Actually, Crobat can probably just beat everything on this team, too, unless he has a Scarf user, especially because Crobat also resists Ice Shard. Quick Attack's not going to be an Oko from Diggersby. So, yeah, if he doesn't have a Scarf user by the time Crobat comes out, I'm pretty sure that we're just going to be able to sweep him. Now, as for the third Pokemon, what do I want to bring? Probably not Go-Goat, that's for sure. So we'll just go with what we have there. I'm expecting this to be a relatively easy battle just because my team matches up pretty well against his. But we don't want to underestimate the opponent, so you don't know. They might be carrying something specifically for things that I have. We shall see. So we're going to lead off with Ohm here, as my opponent's going to lead off with Gliscor, and this is one of the few Pokemon that I cannot hit super effectively with Volt Switch or Thunderbolt. I could go for Signal Beam here, but I feel relatively safe just going for Volt Switch. So he's probably going to go for, like, Acrobatics maybe, because that would Oko Jolteon. That's not going to kill Crobat, though, and then I can just Sludge Bomb everything, so feeling relatively safe just going into Crobat here, as he's actually going to go for the Aerial Ace, not the Acrobatics, but he's also not Toxic Orb. That's interesting. What is your item? Are you Rocky Helmet, maybe? It's possible. Or Lumberry, if he's like Swords Dance. But I can very easily just go for Sludge Bomb here. I could also Nasty Plot if I really wanted to. And he's going to make the switch into Landorus, actually, to get the Intimidate off, but I am not physical. I am special, so we're going to hit you with a Sludge Bomb, and that is an Oko. Wow. I was not expecting that. Maybe that was like offensive Landorus, But you don't see Landorus getting one-shotted by too many things. Jeez. Nasty Bat is power right now. So he's going to go into Glizzcore, and from that range, I don't know that you're going to survive a Sludge Bomb unless you are, like, Spadef. And I'm not sure if you are. I mean, you did take the Volt Switch relatively well, so you might be. But it might not matter, as, yeah, it's not going to matter. His Glizzcore is just going to go down. Crobat is just destroying this man's team right now. Jeez. So we'll see what his last Pokemon is here. I don't know if it's going to matter. It's going to depend on if he has a Scarf user. But he's going to go into Nidoking. This is likely not Scarfed. It's probably Life Orb. So we can just go for a Sludge Bomb. And he's actually going to show off the Sucker Punch, which is pretty cool. Does a lot of damage, as he does show off the Life Orb. And I think we're going to survive the Life Orb damage from this turn. But it's not going to matter because Nidoking's going to go down. So Crobat just completely sweeps his team as we survive with 6 HP. Nasty Bat is no joke on Inverse here. Especially because Poison is a pretty bad offensive typing normally. And so is Grass, and it has Giga Drain. So with Sludge Bomb and Giga Drain, it really can just destroy a lot of the meta. It is quite good. So moving on, we are 2-0 now, and we're only about 11 minutes into this video, so I will do a third battle because that was way too short. Way too short. I would like to see Go-Goat put in some work. I really would. This team is so fast, too. I didn't even realize it when I was just throwing it together. I just picked random things from my box, basically. Just things that I wanted to use. And, yeah, I've got 2 Pokemon with base 130 speed and 1 with base 125. I didn't realize I just picked all the fast things. So this is a pretty threatening team. See, the Mandibuzz is going to be his defensive Pokemon. He's got the Tyranitar. Not sure what that's going to be. Looking like Mega Gengar and Mega Abomasnow. So he probably will bring one or the other. Volcarona appears to be his sweeper. And then he's got the Chinchino, which I'm assuming is going to be like King's Rock or something along those lines. Possibly even Focus Sash. We probably should watch out for that Focus Sash. That could actually prove to be a problem. So I'm going to bring Go-Goat. We'll lead off with that because it actually takes on a majority of his team. Completely walls that Volcarona. And we'll bring Crobat again, and we'll bring Swellow as well. I'm thinking he's going to bring the Abomasnow because I do have 2 ice types. And Abomasnow destroys a lot of my team, actually. Destroys Aurorus, Avalugg, and Crobat. And actually it can destroy Swellow too, but you would have to take a Facade, so I don't know if you'd want to do that. I don't know if you'd want to do that. Depending on what type of Abomasnow he is, that might just be an Oko, depending. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that calc, but we'll take it as it comes, basically. So we're leading off with Go-Goat here, and my opponent is going to lead off with the Mandibuzz. Okay, so he's probably going to go for like Foul Play or Knockoff here. Or just switch because this is the type disadvantage for him. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set up a Bulk Up as he actually is going to Toxic me. This is where having Substitute may come in handy, and I may just get rid of Rock Slide for Substitute just for this meta, just because Grass is such a great offensive typing that you don't really need another move. Mono attacking Grass is completely fine. So being able to shield myself from status could be very helpful. Although, because I am specially defensive and Mandibuzz is much faster naturally than Go-Goat, it wouldn't have mattered if I had Sub or not, as that did so much damage. Okay, that was a critical hit. So judging by that, I have to say he's physically defensive, as yeah, he has Rocky Helmet too. That really stinks. That really stinks because he's just going to Roost Stall me here. I'm tempted to go for Hornleech again, though, in case he doesn't Roost. But yeah, he's just going to Roost. I think I'm going to have to try to get up another Bulk Up. So he's just going to blatantly Toxic Stall me as much as possible. I'm guessing he doesn't have Foul Play. He's got Roost, Toxic, Knockoff, and I don't know what his other move would be. Does this thing get U-Turn? I've never seen anybody run U-Turn on it. I don't know what else you would run. Defog, maybe, but that's not really that good in singles battle spot 3v3. I can take one more hit. I mean, I should probably go for Bulk Up and then just Hornleech him again, because he's getting back a decent amount more HP. than I'm able to do to him. Plus, I'm taking Toxic and the Rocky Helmet recoil, which is not so good. So we're going to bulk up here again as he does go for the Roost, and we might have 2 hits left, actually, because we will get a somewhat decent amount of HP back. But he's probably just going to Roost to get rid of his flying typing, so it's not super effective, and that is exactly what he does. Yeah, such MLG strats right here. Click Toxic, click Roost 6 times until your opponent dies. Rinse, repeat. That's basically how it goes here. So that did nothing. Wow. That did nothing. I'm pretty sure with Rocky Helmet and Toxic we still die, which is fine. At least we got some damage off on this because I can set up on this with Crobat. It's unfortunate that I had to lose Go-Go that way. I probably should have just bulk upped several times in a row at the beginning instead of trying to attack him, because most of these things are physically defensive anyway. So yeah, that was probably a misplay on my part to play Go-Go that way. But we're going to go right in with the nasty plot here, as he is just going to knock off the Life Orb. That may actually matter, because Crobat often needs that extra power boost. Now, I don't know if I can Oko this from here, even at +2, but I can try to get some of my HP back too from Giga Drain. So that's what I'm going to do, as he's actually going to survive that. Mandibuzz, why are you such a fat sack of potatoes? Oh my goodness. Taking hit after hit. We should be able to take this foul play relatively well. Yeah, that does not even do half. So what I can do here is actually set up another nasty plot. And probably going to have to be able to secure the KOs that I'm going to need. So, yeah, we need to think ahead here. So I don't want to just kill this thing. I want to be prepared for what comes in next, especially because I do not have that Life Orb boosting my attacks. So he goes for foul play again. Thankfully, he doesn't crit me. That would have been really bad. And now we can finish him off with a Giga Drain. And hopefully, if not just outright KO his second Pokemon, at least get a lot of damage off. And hopefully be able to pull the match back after this. We shall see. We shall see indeed. What are you going to go into? If he goes into T-Tar, I can Heat Wave that. Oh, he's going to go into the Abomasnow. You know I have Giga Drain, though, and I resist Ice Shard. So the question is, can Mega Abomasnow take a +4 Giga Drain from a Crobat? That Life Orb being gone really bothers me, though, because Abomasnow is another fat sack of potatoes. It probably can take this. This isn't Stab. If he goes for Ice Shard, though, I just win. Or, I mean, I'll just win this matchup, at least. So, there's the Snow Warning activating, as he must have been soundproof for, like, Boom Burst, I'm assuming. As the Giga Drain is not going to be enough. It turns out that the Life Orb being knocked off actually did matter, as he is just going to fire off an Energy Ball. And Crobat is not going to be able to take that. I mean, he gets a meaningless crit. That definitely did not matter whatsoever. That's a 4-time super effective move. I cannot believe Mega Abomasnow took that. +4. Super effective. I know it's not Stab, and it's a Crobat, but still. So now we need to hope that Abomasnow is going to be able to finish things off. Thankfully, Swallow does resist the Ice Shard, so he's most likely not even going to go for it, as I will just go for a Facade here. And that's going to finish off the Abomasnow, and now it's going to be one-on-one with whatever this last Pokemon is. Thankfully, we do get off our Flame Orb for free, and we'll see what happens here. We shall see. What is your last Pokemon here? It is going to be the Cinccino. Now, this thing could very easily be Focus Sash, and he can very easily just kill me with a Bullet Seed. So what I think my better play here is, or what gives me the best chance to win, is to go for the Protect to allow the hail damage to break his Sash, because I do outspeed this. So we're going to Protect. He does go for the Bullet Seed. I'm going to get hurt by Burn and Hail, and my opponent's going to get hurt by the Hail. But what this does is it allows me to just Oko him with a Facade. Cinccino is relatively frail. It does not take hits very well. I do not foresee it surviving a Guts-boosted Facade from a Swallow. So that is pretty much going to wrap things up, as Cinccino does, in fact, go down. Sorry, Toad. Sorry, man. Goodbye, Cinccino. So that's going to be a victory for us, and that is going to bring our record to 3-0 on the series. That's pretty cool. Starting off with 3 wins. I can dig that. So we're going to be doing it just like I do with regular Battle Spot. I'll be bringing the team 3 times in a row, so we'll have 2 more episodes with this team before I change things up a little bit. And hopefully we'll get this meta figured out. I think it's a nice little interesting way to, you know, do something a little bit different that's not just the regular Battle Spots. Especially because regular Battle Spot gets kind of old with all of the teams that look exactly the same. Although we probably will see lots of Kangaskhan's and things like that. Did run into one this time, but I'm expecting it, especially if we get some wins and climb up the ladder a little bit. But anyway, that's going to be it for this time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you're leaving a like, rating, or comment, or whatever you would like to do, and I will see you all next time. But until then, game on.